Hello and welcome to the FTB Spots. Today we are making a solar panel, and this is a lot more difficult than it was in the old Tekkit and Technic mod packs. It requires a bit more materials, and I have it up in my NEI right here, and let's take a look real quick. To make the solar panel we need glass panes, carbon plate, silicon cells, some type of circuit, and a generator. And that will give us a solar panel, which is what I have up here. So let's go down and build one then. First off, we're going to need a generator. Now, I have showed you how to build the generator in the last videos, but I'm going to run through everything and how to build this so that you can just watch this one video and be able to build the whole thing. I'll link to my other videos for all the machinery and different items. First off, you do need a furnace to build a generator, so grab one of those. Next, you need to turn that into an iron furnace, which needs 5 iron. That will give you the iron furnace. To build the generator, you need an iron furnace, 3 refined iron. You should know how to do that by now. You just cook some regular iron up, and you need a battery. A battery is copper cabling, 4 tin ingots, and redstone. So let's grab our battery out. Put that on top of this, and you get a generator, and that's the first item that we need. I believe it went right there. The next thing that we're going to need is 2 circuits. To make circuits, first you need some copper cabling. This is the recipe for the copper cable. You can put 3 copper and 6 rubber around it. I might as well show you. Also make the wire first and then put the rubber on it afterwards. But I like doing it all at once. We need 6 for each circuit anyway. We do need 2 circuits, and here is the recipe for the circuits. It's 6 copper cabling, 2 redstone, and 1 refined iron will make a single circuit. And I put 2 each in because I do need 2 circuits. So that gives us the circuits that we need for our solar panel. Now the next thing you do need is these glass panes across the top. To make glass panes, you take blocks of glass, and you need actually 6 blocks of glass will make a whole stack of panes. That is a regular recipe, has nothing to do with mods. So you put those 3 glass panes along the top. Now the next thing we do need is 2 silicon cells and a carbon plate. Let's do the carbon plate first. Get yourself some coal and run it through the macerator, and you will get, there's flint dust in there. You will get coal dust. You need 8 coal dust, which is 8 coal, to make a carbon plate. To make a carbon plate, first you put 4 dust in a block to get raw carbon fiber, and you need 2 carbon fibers. And as I showed in a previous video, these 2 carbon fibers placed anywhere in any orientation will give you this raw carbon mesh. The raw carbon mesh then needs to be put in the compressor. The compressor will compress it, turn it into a carbon plate, which is one of the things that we need. As you can see, we got some coal dust there. Now, while I'm waiting for that to cook, we do need to make some silicon cells. I do have one here already made, and there's a couple different ways you can get the silicon cells. As far as inputs, you need to do it in the industrial centrifuge, which I showed in my last video. Now, one thing that you can use is flint dust. To make flint dust, you put 2 flint into the macerator. It will make 1 flint dust. So you need 16 total flint to make a solar panel. I'm using flint because you can get it from gravel, and there's not a whole lot of other use for the gravel. Now let's take our carbon plate, we'll put that right in the middle, and as you can see, the only thing we need left is the silicon cell. So this is actually gone rather quick if you have everything that you need. Not scary at all if you've done this a little bit before. Now I'm going to take this 8 flint dust and I'm going to put it into my industrial centrifuge. And it doesn't run because I actually do need some empty cells. So let's get some tin, open up a crafting table or your pocket crafter, and put your tin down in this formation will give you 8 empty cells. Place your empty cells into the centrifuge. You need 2 if you're using flint dust, and that will begin to run. A couple of other things that you can use clay dust, which I showed in the last video. You can use half a stack of sand, that will also give you silicon, and you can actually use a stack of redstone. That'll give you 27 silicon cells. You also need 27 empty cells for that. I think you actually need more than 27 cells to do a stack of redstone. Alright, and as soon as this is done, then we will have our solar panel. And about the solar panel will produce 1 EU per tick during the day. It will shut off at night, not produce any energy. So if you take the night cycle and the day cycle into account, it only works half of the time, and it will produce 1 EU per tick half the time, which is the same as half a EU per tick the whole time. And I'm mentioning this because 2 water mills will produce half an EU per tick if you have it on the automatic method. That's the method where you don't put water actually into the water mill. If you do put the water mill in, it'll actually produce a whole EU per tick. Now from the flint dust we do get compressed air, which you can use or you can just empty it, and we do get the silicon cell. To empty the compressed air, you just put it into your crafting table, any crafting table, and you just let the air out basically. Now the last silicon cell goes into our solar panel, and our solar panel is done. I will open my pocket crafting table, and there it is. Recipe for the solar panel. And I'll snag that out right there, and there you have it. That is how you build a solar panel with this new system. You need a lot of machines, and I went through all those machines. To make the centrifuge, you need this rolling machine, and you'll need at least the first tier of a lot of the industrial craft machines to actually do this. So I'm not actually going to run up here and well, I am going to run up here. I'm not going to place the solar panel because my next video will be showing you how to make an advanced solar panel, and you need a solar panel for that. So if you want to run to the advanced solar panel right away, which I do recommend, it produces 8 EU per tick during the day and actually produces a little bit at night as well, then I recommend you hanging on to that. This panel right here shows a sun. That means it is activated, and if you put something above it, it's going to get rid of that. It has to be a clear shot to the sky. Apparently snow does not matter. You can put snow on top of the panel and it's fine. I will do a video on the different types of wires and the different types of storage options here. One last thing that I should mention, and I should have brought a pick to show you that. Let me grab one real quick. With a lot of the industrial craft machines, if you move them with a pick, you're going to have problems. That turned into a generator. So I just lost my solar panel by knocking that down with a pick. You need to actually move them using a wrench. And there's a couple different kinds of wrenches here because Buildcraft uses a wrench. I do believe... which one is it? I believe it's this one is the Ic2 wrench. If you use that wrench, you have a small chance of still breaking it, like I did with the pick. If you use the electric wrench, which has a circuit and battery, there's a lossless mode. I'll have to do that in another video too, and show you guys how you actually want to move this equipment around. You do not want to just use a pick because you lose a lot of work and in the future a lot of materials. So I have a generator all ready to make another solar panel now. So next video I will show you the advanced solar panel, and then we'll run through some more of the basic industrial craft things like wires, energy storage, the different voltages, low voltage, medium voltage, things like that. And I will show you the wrenches and why you want to use the wrenches, or how you use the electric wrenches. Really what I recommend is using the electric wrench. So thank you for watching this how to make a solar panel video. Stay tuned for the next one about the advanced solar panel. Thank you guys.